A long time ago, in the far forest of Sherwood, there was a legendary outlaw hero named Robin Hood. He robbed from the rich to give to the poor.
Hey, give me a listen. I'll tell you a story that will excite you. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the extraordinary and marvelous adventure of my life.
His life changed soon. When he was just a boy, he had been cheated by a few noblemen. Then he decided that he would never spare the rich and swore to himself one thing.
I will help the poor by robbing the rich and give all the treasure to them. Then my life started to be rich of adventures, and I never felt sorry for that, because I knew I was on the right side. I never kept treasures for me, because I already got one. I was rich of mood.
In fact, he became a famous character in the English culture, and there are a lot of stories, movies and cartoons about him and this adventure.
He was an aged warrior, a brave fighter, and was very good with his bow and arrow, and he dressed in green.
I can still remember the first time I took in my hands a bow and shooted my first arrow. I was really excited. After years of practice, I became an excellent shooter. There was none better than me in the whole forest. I remained faithful to my word, and thanks to the dark forest that covered my tracks, I could detect the carriages of the rich and rob them to give the proceeds to the poor. The rest of the time was spent eating, drinking, and playing games.
He lived in the forest with his wife, Lady Marian, and his band of supporters. His merry man was Little John, that was always on his side.
My wife was the most beautiful woman in the world. The day I married her was one of the two happiest days of my life, obviously. The second was when I met my mate, Little John. I love spending time with these two people. They were the most important people in my life.
Robin Hood spent his life in the forest of Sherwood in Nottinghamshire. In the forest there is the tree where Robin and his merry men used to sleep, called Major Oak.
Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest, laughing back and forth at what the other has to say. Reminiscing this and that and having such a good time. Oodle-lolly, golly, what a day.
His biggest enemy was the Sheriff of Nottingham, who was always trying to capture Robin Hood, but never managed to do it.
Thinking about that poor sheriff makes me laugh. His attempts to capture me were really foolish.
Someone says that he killed Robin Hood by poisoning him. In his dying moment, he shot an arrow from his bow and asked Little John to bury him where the arrow landed.
Hello! This digital storytelling was made by Jordan Cole, Paula Foti, and Cyrus Kironi. Thank y'all!